In 2014, when we met, I'd launched an organization that was designed to register people of color who were the least likely to be registered in the state of Georgia. And through the efforts of the New Georgia Project and countless other organizations, over the last near decade, we've managed to register or encourage to register 95% of the people of Georgia. Now, let's be clear, there are mechanisms in place that make that possible. But the conversation about voting, the loud conversation about the intentionality of voter suppression started in 2014. And sadly, this voter suppression was born by the person who's now the governor of Georgia. And my decision to run for governor, both in 2018 and again today, is because of something you said. It's about regular people. I am proud to be someone who is fighting for voting rights because I've been a small business owner. I've been a tax attorney. I'm an aunt to 6 young kids who need good education and need hope and opportunity, who live in the state of Georgia. And I want them to grow up in a state and in a nation that values who they are. And that can only happen if we have leaders who see them and believe in them, and if we have a democracy that allows their families to have a say in their future. Where we are right now is that not a single person, including the incumbent governor, has 50% of the people of Georgia behind them. And I have not yet launched a full campaign. And in fact, we're excited because today is the last day of fundraising for this quarter deadline. And we want to post the best numbers possible. So invite people to go to StaceyAbrams.com to support our campaign. But here's why. We know that the big lie has activated and energized so many people. But we also know that the reality of voter suppression and the reality of inaction has led to a deflation. But deflation can be reversed. We can energize and engage, but we've got to do the work. And this is January 31st. We've got until November 8th. And that is a long time to have conversations, a long time to let people know how we do what we did in 2018, which is understand the challenges and navigate them, understand the obstacles and make a way over them, because that's what we've always done. That's what democracy, unfortunately, has demanded of Americans for too long, that we have to fight for it. And if we're willing to do the work to have access, we will get the results we need. I am proud of the work that we're doing, and I see that those polls, and there are polls that have us closer and some that have us further apart, but they're all the same thing. They're a story of where we are and not a prediction of where we will be. Because I know that when we started this in 2017, I was even further behind, and we came so close, and we know that we can get over the finish line and bring Georgians with us, because I believe that we can serve all of Georgia, one Georgia, working together to make sure everyone has access and opportunity.
Let's talk about the atmosphere in which you are running for the governor of Georgia. I mean, you've had Fani Willis, who is investigating Donald Trump for interfering in the previous election, having to increase security because of the threats that were made over the weekend by the former president, and the threats really, coming from his base, a lot of which is armed, a lot of which is violently opposed to anything like Democrats ever beating Republicans. So you've got that atmosphere. And then, of course, you have the law itself, which is going to be difficult for voters to overcome. How do you deal with that in a state like Georgia, where you've got both the sort of threats of violence that are out there and also just the hoops that voters are going to have to jump through in order to vote?
We have 3 things going for us. One is that we've seen a dramatic increase, as you pointed out earlier, in the number of people who are registered. The sheer volume of opportunity among voters is an incredible thing, because voter suppression does work. But one of the ways we were able to combat it in 2018, defeat it in 2020 and 2021, was the sheer volume of people who pushed against those barriers. And so it's making sure that all of these new voters, nearly 1.3 million new registered voters since 2018, that we turn those voters out, because they are modeled by 17 points to be more likely to be Democratic-leaning voters. And I want to do my part to turn them out. Number 2, we're going to raise the resources to invest in those voters and make sure they know what the rules are, how they've changed, and how to vote. And then 3, we're going to tell a story about what is to come. Yes, we are in pain. This is a nation and a state that has been hurt by a pandemic and by injustice, but we also have opportunity, and we have to talk about what can be if we do the work together. Those 3 things are how we make a difference, and that's why I'm running for governor.